know how to get status. There are men with high status, and people treat them as if they are a god. They bleed the same color as you, take a dump in the morning, and are flawed like anyone else. And yet, these high-status men are chased by women and admired by other men. You see, status is extremely powerful, and men have always longed for it. There are a lot of beta males with the status of a little ant, saying it isn't important. The opposite is true. Status plays a far bigger role than we want to admit when it comes to attraction and any other area of life. Every man wants to be recognized and admired by others. It is in our DNA. In fact, status gains increase your testosterone and dopamine, making you feel like you own the world, while status defeats elevate your stress hormones and can even negatively impact your immune system and fertility. Everything is about status, and a prime example of how powerful it is was displayed by Andrew Tate. Whether you like or hate Tate does not change the reality of his status. Think about it. For over a decade, this man chased status, from doing reality TV shows, competing in kickboxing, to taking over TikTok. It was all for status, and he spent 10 years trying his hardest to obtain it. When Tate finally did obtain status, there was an instant switch. Women want him, and there are millions of guys that admire him. Some guys even use the man as their profile picture online or write comments about how he will be remembered for generations. They completely disregard their own legacy and honor. This displays the undeniable power of status. In this video, we will go over how to look high status in any situation. Number 1. Main character. Most guys are NPCs. They look at other people living life while they share their opinions from the sidelines. Instead of chasing excellence themselves, they are too busy being a fanboy or catching up with all the latest news. Pathetic. The number 1 rule for status is to be the main character of your own life. A spectator will never get the status of the gladiators in the arena because there is no glory in watching other people. You need to get out of spectator mode and start to live like the main character. Once you do this, you will carry yourself in a different way, and people will sense it. Think of it like a video game. In a game, you could instantly see the difference between a bot and another player. Life is not much different from a game. People can pick up on it if you are the main character of your life or if you're just another bot, even if you don't say a word. You see, the eyes of a man with purpose and a man without purpose are completely different. A man without purpose is empty on the inside. There is no fire in his soul, while the man on a mission has determined eyes. No one else will tell you this, but the very first step to any form of status is to be the main character. No cheap tricks or tactics can ever compete with this. Number 2. No effort. Like a king, high-status men have many options available. This means they are not desperate and can often get what they want without much effort, while other men are struggling and sweating to get small rewards in life. People of high status get big rewards with their hands in their pockets. They always seem to have connections with the right people, and anything they do seems effortless. Getting the most reward for the least amount of effort is one of the most effective behaviors that communicate high status to other people. Now, if you don't have much status yet and you want to gain status, this is one of the most effective methods. You should work extraordinarily hard, but make it seem effortless. Don't speak about how hard you work or struggle. By concealing your efforts and getting big results, you show the capabilities of a king, and people will be drawn towards it. Number 3. Non-reactive. Most people rush everything. They rush to school or work and are quick to react with words. In conversations, they just spew out whatever comes to mind as quickly as possible. Everything they do is uncontrolled and rushed. This makes them look low status because it shows a need to please others, like a peasant. The opposite is true for a king. Can you imagine a king running to a meeting with sweat running down his forehead or just running his mouth uncontrollably? It doesn't happen. The king moves and talks at his own pace. He doesn't feel pressured to please other people. Instead, he slows down to think calmly and responds in the best way possible. This not only gives him time to think, but it also shows others he is in control. You see, in general, we give ourselves lesser time to respond than we give others. People give themselves only 30% as much time to respond as they would give someone else. They are highly reactive. If you want to display power and status, you need to be non-reactive. Even if you are in a stressful situation and it feels like you need to do something quickly, pause and take a deep breath. You're almost always better off from a decision-making perspective and a presentation perspective when you take a deep breath and slow down. Most people think they have to react instantly in stressful situations, but that is only an illusion. The moments where you need to react right away are few and far between. A good leader will always remain low reactive when facing crisis and obstacles because it lets him make better decisions, and keeping emotions in check inspires resolve in others around him. This is crucial for status, but more importantly for decision-making and winning in life. Now, there is one more thing you should do to become non-reactive. That thing is called detachment. Detachment means you disengage from the situation. Just take a step back and look at what's going on from a distance. Listen, earlier I mentioned how you should be the main character in your life, but when it comes to detaching, I want you to zoom out for a moment. Step outside of yourself and analyze the situation from a third-person point of view, almost as if you are looking at yourself and everything going on like a spectator. This gives you the ability to view things from a broader point of view and make better decisions. Think of a chess master playing chess. He can't be attached to a single piece or react with emotions. He needs to detach and look at the entirety of the chessboard to make the best moves. Life is no different from chess. You need to be non-reactive and detach from situations, not just because it gives you status, but because being reactive can and will get you destroyed. Always remember that. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Until next time.